Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Letter Live here from McKinley Fieldhouse. Mike, it's been a hot minute since we've been here, but a lot has changed in the Federal League scope. But tonight, we're not focused on the Federal League. We're focused on one of the most blood feuds in Ohio high school athletics.
Well, it might not be like the final week of October at either Paul Brown Tiger Stadium or at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, but a pretty intense rivalry between McKinley and Massillon on the basketball court tonight. And these are two really good teams. McKinley on a roll, leading the Federal League. Massillon having a great season so far. And the great thing about this is we should see a lot of up and down action up and down the court. They could probably turn the shot clocks on that they had at the shot clock shootout, and it wouldn't bother either of these teams. Both of these teams can score.
Absolutely, Mike. So you come into this game, obviously, there's a lot of emotional baggage that comes from both of these coaches, Josh Hose and Sean Weatherspoon. They're both alumni for each of their respective teams. Josh Hose graduating from Massillon High School in 1998. Sean Weatherspoon, an alumni of the McKinley Bulldogs. I mean, they got a lot riding on this too. It's not just about the kids tonight, it's about the legacy.
Well, yeah, and both of these guys have paid their dues at other schools. Sean Weatherspoon coming to McKinley from Alliance, a couple of stops at the Cleveland area before that. Josh Hose coaching at Tuslaw before he comes to coach at his alma mater at Massillon. And yes, I mean, they remember playing these games. Now they're coaching in these games, and they want to win just as bad.
And Mike, I think this is the fullest I've seen the Fieldhouse since the first time we came here. Obviously, that was the McKinley Lake game. McKinley swamped Lake. But today, it's going to be a different atmosphere. I'm seeing a lot of more seats filled than I normally do here at the Fieldhouse.
Well, it's great to see, too, especially on a cold winter's day like this. I mean, a lot of these kids didn't have school today. Let's get out and play basketball. So things should heat up tonight here in the Fieldhouse.
Absolutely. So we got about 5 minutes to tip off. Mike, I had the opportunity to talk to both coaches, Sean Weatherspoon and Josh Hose, before the game. So I'm going to kick it over to past Aiden on the voice memos. Here's that interview with Josh Hose now. Well, obviously, you guys come into the season with a little bit higher expectations than you guys have normally. It's been a culture shock, I'd say, at Massillon in the past couple of years with the basketball program doing as well as it has, and that's nothing but a benefit. You know, you're coming out of here facing all this adversity from these doubters. I mean, what do you have to say? I mean, nobody expects Massillon to excel in basketball, but you've really changed this program for the better.
I appreciate that. Our kids have changed. We've gotten some great kids that are really skilled and they put a lot of work in. We have great assistant coaches that help them with that. And so we've had a good run that way, and I appreciate the kind words. But, learned from some great people. Coach Creamer, my mentor, that coached me in high school, and he had a good run there. So we've seen it that Massillon can have success in basketball as well as football. So we're just trying to build off that. We're not trying to go against it. We're not trying to go head to head with football. That's never going to work. So we just tried to play, work with them and really do a good job building that.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys got some main front runners. Chris Knight, Joe Jackson Jr., Xavier, obviously, all these guys. But it's not just about them. Okay, it's a team effort, day in and day out. You guys come into practices, obviously they're set up to be your first options, but you got all these people that are able to shoot from the wing, get in from the post. I mean, there's no really definition to what your team is. I mean, can you just elaborate on how you guys have really worked as a team rather than trying to make it focused on a couple of kids?
Yeah, we have really good balance. Obviously, some of those names that you mentioned are carrying the flag for us a lot of times on scoring nights. Jadis Thigpen's another one that can fill it up, and he's scoring. He's back a little bit this year. His role's changed a little bit, but he's creating a lot for us off the dribble and off his defense. But yeah, I think we always talk about many hands make light work, and so our balance is we love seeing 4 or 5 guys in double figures with 8 guys scoring that all played. We talked about it yesterday. Roles, every role has its importance, and everybody's when we're our best, everybody's filling their role and being a star in their role.
Yeah, absolutely. So Sean Weatherspoon has really coached up a program here at McKinley, and for this to be a rivalry, it just means so much more. He's got tons of kids on this program that you said, I mean, if you can have a bunch of kids scoring at least 20, putting up double figures a night, that's only going to do help more than harm. But you take a look at some of these kids on the McKinley squad, and you look at Reed Sims Jr., look at Anthony Shavers. He's still got another year left, but Reed Sims, this is his last hurrah. I mean, how are you going to shut him down when he's motivated as hell to bring it to you guys?
Yeah. Reed killed us last year, and he got 33 against us, and he had a great all-around game, a bunch of foul shots, attacking the rim. We got to do a good job in transition. When we look at them, they want to play in transition, we want to play in transition. But that being said, it's really hard to stop that if you're trying to run and do some of the things we're doing and to counter what they're doing. So we got to be able to stop the ball, slow the ball in transition, and then find those guys, because Reed will get out and go, and obviously Jeter, Shavers, they'll find those guys running up the floor, and we got to just do a really good job of locating and slowing the ball so our guys can locate and match up in transition.
100%. So you talked about playing in transition. I mean, is that really going to be what bolsters the Massillon offense and defense tonight?
We're at our best when we're playing defense, and that's our biggest challenge. When we haven't played well on the defensive end, we've struggled. And so there's that balance of playing fast and then playing sloppy on the defensive end. Offense will come off of our defense. We got some, like you mentioned earlier, we got some guys that are skilled that we can score enough. It's key is us is getting stops and creating offense off that defense. Because of our lack of size and some of that stuff in the half court, we want to get out and play, and our guys are really good in transition. We have so many guys that can handle the ball. We can present some problems with space, but it starts with that defensive end. We got to rebound the ball better. We got to defend it hard and limit their opportunities.
Absolutely. So you guys are on a bit of a hot streak at this point. You come into the Federal League season and you guys are doing, whatever it takes to win. It's been really good for you guys, especially to be able to come out here and win every single night. But that has an opportunity to change tonight when you guys take on this Massillon Tigers team with, obviously rivalry is on the line. But also this is a Massillon program that has seen some of the most success that they've seen in a hot minute. So what have you guys been doing to kind of game plan around it, see the bigger picture?
Like you said, man, very, very well coached team, very well, talented team. Can score in bunches, very athletic. Like I said, having a great year. At the end of the day, it's a rivalry game. You know what I mean? So they'll come out playing hard. We've got to match that intensity and go higher. You know what I mean? It's game 14 for us. Trying to get on the road, try to get really going in all facets of the game, going to the tournament. So it's a big game tonight. Yeah,
and it's a bit of an adjustment, especially coming out of Federal League play. You guys come in here with whoa, that's a dog. Excuse me.
Thank you.
Yeah. Federal League play. Well, let's restart. Come out here. It's not Federal League play anymore. It's Massillon.
Right.
Okay? Independent. It's different. It's a different energy. It's a different physicality. What are you guys kind of doing to go up against that?
Just play our game. At the end of the day, it's a basketball game. But we know, what it means, when we play in this team. Just as long as we stick to our game plan, all our guys doing their job, executing at a high level, defending at a high level, I think we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, and so Josh Hose was talking earlier. He was like, this is going to be a game about playing in transition. Obviously, the two teams here have excelled their most when they've been in transition. You guys are able to get anybody open on any side of the court, and just to have that switch of energy around has been such an asset for you guys. So what are you guys thinking about in that regard?
Yeah, man, we definitely have to be elite in offensive transition as well as defensive transition. We got to be able to defend, stop the basketball early, get back, find guys, find shooters. And offensively, we got to push the tempo, run our stuff, stay disciplined, and do what we have been doing, so far this season.
Yeah, so, what are you expecting?
High-level basketball tonight. Great atmosphere, both communities coming out supporting these kids, man. Both teams playing hard as heck, and hopefully, the Bulldogs come out on top.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Good luck. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Letter Live here from McKinley's Fieldhouse. Mike, oh my goodness. I think that just brought a tear to my eyes. The microphone was speaking the entire time, but it didn't matter. There was so much soul behind that performance. Oh my God.
I was gonna say, I mean, you got pretty emotional when I told you some of the breaking news that we had, that former Indians pitcher CC Sabathia is going to be going into the Baseball Hall of Fame. You were really excited about that.
Like, yes!
And then you hear the national anthem, which is one of the best anthems I've heard
on the nation
in a while.
And I've heard a lot of anthems, Mike. I've heard a lot of them.
So that was really cool. That was meant for a game like this and a rivalry like
100%,
this.
Mike. The lights are down. The hype video is playing. Things are getting real. And I was talking to Terry Peterson, commissioner of the Federal League, before this game. I was telling him how grateful we are to be here. And I was telling him how much of a blessing it is to be able to cover all the Federal League games like this. And this just really reigns supreme. I mean, Massillon, they're an independent. They are one of the most historic independents in the state of Ohio. But to come in here and be able to, cover a game like this, Massillon McKinley, the stakes are so high. The arena is full. And yes, this is an arena. This is high school basketball, Mike. This is Ohio high school basketball. And there's nowhere else I'd rather be spending on my Tuesday than one of the most anticipated high school basketball games in the area.
Well, you got two great rivals, two great teams, and you're playing in what I believe is one of the greatest high school basketball venues around. So what else could you ask for?
Oh my goodness, Mike, it is popping in the field house. Mike, I'm going to walk you through the starters for us today, all right? For the McKinley Bulldogs, we have junior forward, 6'4", Anthony Chavers. I was talking to him a little bit through Instagram DMs earlier this week, and when they beat Jackson, they were elated. Like, they were putting on a new song that I'm not sure you've heard yet, but it goes a little something like, I might swerve in that corner wall. And might I say, that was wonderful. Next up, 5'10", senior guard, Jalen Jeter. Jeter rocking a headband tonight. It's different. And you want to know what the people aren't doing for Massillon? Give them an introduction. Next up, we have Ed Webster. Then we also have Davey Thompson, and then we round things off with Reed Sims Jr. Reed Sims averaging almost 20 for the Bulldogs now. Let's take things over to the Massillon side of things. And this buzzer's about to go. Please be prepared. Plug your ears. There we go. Starting off for Jackson, number 1, Gio Jackson Jr., a 6'4" sophomore who lettered his freshman year, coming back into the fray this year, 6'4". He is the tallest person on the Massillon roster. Just want to note that. Next up, number 2, Isaiah Lamp, 5'11" junior, running the guard for the Tigers. Next up, we have Chris Knight, number 3, a guard, a senior, tipping it off Anthony Chavers and Gio Jackson. Going to McKinley. McKinley's going to start with the ball here. Next up, we have Terrell Keyes, number 4. He is a 6' junior. And then rounding things off, Xavier Williams, a guard. A floater put up by Anthony Chavers. He has already been electric tonight. McKinley gets leading things off today. McKinley 2, Massillon 0. With the ball now, Massillon loses it. Taking it over to the left, he'll drive through. They've got an open lane, and that's Terrell Keyes. I believe that's Keys. Reed Sims Jr. inside, tough basket, gets put back by Ed Webster. And Webster gets more points on the board for McKinley now. Looking inside, Massillon's got their own Xavier Williams. He can't come up with it. Ball gets rebounded, goes back to Sims, and now Jalen Jeter has it inside. He's going to notch that one off the front of the rim, and that's going to go right back into the Massillon Tigers' hands as it's McKinley 4, Massillon 2 after about a minute and a half.
Well, action up and down the court as we expected.
Oh, deep three! Taken by Chris Knight. doesn't fall. The rebound is by Jalen Jeter. He's coming around, finishing, and that's blocked by Geo Jackson Jr. What a block. Jeter falls to his knees after the block. And it looked to be a clean block, Mike.
Oh, yeah. It was a real clean block by Geo Jackson Jr. Gets McKinley to get the inbounds.
Chambers is able to put that one off the backboard, and off the inbound, McKinley are able to take a 4-point lead over the Tigers. McKinley 6, Massillon 2, now with 6 minutes, 18 seconds to go here in the first. Xavier Williams hands it off to Chris Knight. He loses it, but it goes into the corner. That's Terrell Keys on the 3. Another basket, then by Chris Knight as he gets the putback. And apologies there, Massillon were able to get a couple of points up there. McKinley 6, Massillon 4, 5 minutes, 53 seconds to go here in the first. Looking outside, it's Davey Thompson. Finds his way into the starting lineup after being a valiant 6-man. Hands over to Jalen Jeter on the right side. From 3, that's Davey Thompson.
Well, Davey Thompson, as you said, in the starting lineup. We've seen him come off the bench before. Had a big game against Gilmore Academy at the shot clock shootout.
And a tough layup taken by Isaiah Lamb goes awry as it ends up in the hands of Reed Sims Jr. Reed Sims still has the ball now. Euro step inside. They're going to call a travel. And it looked like that was a little bit of that was a missed call.
Yeah, I think that would have given the basket to Sims there. Nice move inside. Could have given his team a 7-point lead. Instead, Massillon gets the inbounds.
Xavier Williams on the inbound is going to be able to get that to Isaiah Lamp. And now on the other side, Geo Jackson Jr. has got a lane inside. Looks like he's going to get a nice foul on the side, but on the guard was Anthony Chambers. Ed Webster on the foul. Correction, Mike. That's going to be the first foul called today. And that's going to go McKinley's way. Geo Jackson Jr. going to be on the inbound. Going to kick it out to Xavier Williams. Goes outside to Isaiah Lamp. Lamp guarded by Thompson. He'll get past him, looks for a floater. Sent to the corner with Terrell Keys. And he'll dribble it past through his legs right back. He's guarded by Reed. Sends it to the corner. 3 putting up by Xavier Williams. Can't come down. Rebounded by Anthony Chambers. Goes over to Reed. Spot up 3. Off the front of the rim, can't notch it, but Xavier Williams gets the rebound, and he's headed back down the court. He'll kick it out to the corner. Another Massillon 3 is missed, but it looks like almost able to get on there. Davey Thompson takes it. Travel called again on Reed Sims Jr. as he was looking to be in transition for the pass, and that's going to go right back to Massillon. Coming in now is Braylon Gamble for the Tigers. He'll be checking in for Terrell Keys.
Well, these two teams, as we've seen, playing fast, and they have guys that can, it's not just one guy. They might have 4 guys who could really lead you.
Reed Sims Jr. comes up with the board as you're speaking, Mike, and that was a 3 taken by the Tigers. Sims Jr. going to hand that off to Thompson. Thompson telling his men to spread out. He's got Javion Carter in the corner who comes back up. Davey Thompson looks to finish inside the paint. He can't get it. Ball kicks out to Anthony Chambers, ends up back in the hands of Sims. Sims drives through. Tough board goes back to him. Ball's blocked out of his hands, and that's going to end up in Isaiah Lamp's hands. Xavier Williams goes in the paint, and he'll get a quick 2 for the Tigers. It's McKinley 9, Massillon 6, and I think this might be the closest start to a game that McKinley's had all year, Mike.
Well,
Turnover taken inside. That was Isaiah Lamp, and another foul called for the Tigers' favor. They'll head to the stripe.
Well, no, that's actually going to be a goaltending call on McKinley. Gives Massillon the basket and gives Terrell Keys the basket. 9-8 McKinley with 3:35 left to go here in the first quarter.
Chambers gets the inbound. He'll kick it out to Davey Thompson. Thompson goes to the corner. Now it's Webster. Airballs the layup. Ends up in the hands of Terrell Keys. He'll kick it to Jadice Thigpen.
Thigpen looking to go inside, makes a tough move, boarded by Chavers, fights for it on the way down, and Thompson regains possession in the corner. Chambers inside, cool floater taken by the kid, and Webster, and one!
Well, nice putback by Webster off the offensive rebound. Saw him a few weeks ago against Jackson. Really had a great night against the Polar Bears. As I talked about, Ed Webster give you some great minutes. Reed Sims Jr. will give you some great minutes. Anthony Shavers will give you some great minutes. These teams are both well-rounded.
Webster puts his free throw in to complete the and one. It's McKinley 12, Massillon 8. Foul to a foul. Lobbed up to Chris Knight. He'll take it inside and finish for Massillon. McKinley 12, Massillon 10. 2 minutes, 47 seconds to go. Ball kicked out. It's going Massillon's way. And it looked like that was Terrell Keys on the steal.
Do you get the impression first team to 80 wins?
First team to 80?
Yes.
I mean, why not?
Why not?
Put something into it. Ball's inbounded to Massillon, a little bit of miscommunication. Ends up in Jalen Slaughter's hands. Slaughter, the leading quarterback for the Massillon Tigers football team. He didn't get back in the game for a while. Now ball is taken to Anthony Chavers. He's double teamed. Goes to Davey Thompson. He'll look to go to the corner. Three taken. Javion Carter! Notch it! He's got another. McKinley, 14. Massillon 10, and it looks like that was a mid-range, excuse me. I don't have an obstructed view. And tough layup by Chris Knight.
Right, Chris Knight already with 6 points for the Tigers, averaging over 20 points per game. Massillon coming off a game against Worcester last Friday. I believe they scored 86 points, 5 double-figure scores in that game, led by Chris Knight.
Excuse me, Mike, as you were saying that, Davey Thompson takes a three from the corner. It's going to go awry over the rim. And Reed Sims Jr. going to be able to come back in the game now for Ed Webster.
Well, Reed Sims Jr. in this game last season at Massillon. Highlight film video of him bouncing the ball to himself and dunking in the game against Massillon, McKinley's win over there. Let's see if we have a viral moment here tonight.
Reed Sims Jr. going to hand it off to Jeter. Like I said, Jeter sporting the headband tonight. Maybe he looks like prime Kyrie. He backs up. Jeter's guarded by, or closely, by Shadis Thigpen. Now with the ball, Jeter goes to the corner. Three taken by Javion Carter. Put back almost by Chavers. Can't come down with it. Now storming down the court. The Tigers are remaining strong. Only down 2. Isaiah Lamp with the ball now for the Tigers. He'll look to dish it underneath on a backdoor cut. No travel called. Corner 3 taken. Brick. Rebounded by Javion Carter. Goes inside to Anthony Chavers. He'll dribble in, tough layup, finds its way in, and he yells at his defender, Gio Jackson Jr., on his way down.
Yeah, 6 points for Shavers on the night, gives him his team a 4-point lead.
Driving through is Massillon Xavier Williams. With the putback, it's Jadis Thigpen. Excuse me, that's Jadis Thigpen. And a tee taken now.
Yeah, I didn't see who they got the tee on. It's going to be against Massillon. That's going to go against Jadis Thigpen. So Reed Sims Jr. will go to the free throw line to shoot the tees. First one up and in. Sims comes in averaging a team-leading 14.8 points per game for the Tigers. Or for the Bulldogs, excuse me. Second shot up and in. God forbid I put the player on the wrong team.
All good. On the inbound, it's Anthony Chavers. He'll lob it up to Davey Thompson. Thompson dribbling past. He's guarded closely by Isaiah Lamp. Thompson going to have to go back out to Anthony Chavers at the key. As he goes to Jeter, he's got a man inside. Sims Jr. from the key. Can't grab it. Chavers tips it back out, and it looks like Massillon got their hands on it before it went out. That's going to be McKinley ball, Mike.
About 27.2 seconds left to go, and they reversed the call here, so that's going to give Massillon the possession. Good work by the officials to do that.
Hands it off to Braylon Campbell. Williams now crosses up on Jeter. He turns it over, goes to Chavers. Chavers loses it. Going McKinley's way. Interesting.
Well, I thought Chavers lost it too, so nobody seems to have a beef about it.
Thompson drives through in the corner. He's got a lane. Reverse layup and in for Thompson. He'll grab it. Bulldogs, 6-point lead on the other side. Geo Jackson Jr. with a buzzer beater ends things off for the Tigers in the first quarter. It's McKinley 20, Massillon 16. And Mike, this might be one of the closest games that we've seen in a hot minute. So with it being a hot minute, tell me, Mike, who's hot?
Well, both teams offensively are really hot, but if you want to look at two people who are hot right now, Anthony Chavers from McKinley, 6 points. Chris Knight from Massillon with 6 points. But like I said, both teams well-balanced all around. McKinley, 5 players in the scorebook already. Massillon, 5 players in the scorebook already. 20-16, McKinley leads after 1 quarter.
And after 1 quarter, both of these teams are not going down without a fight. I have seen so much promise from all of these boys on the floor, and they just want to defend their high school with glory, which, to be honest, that's not something you'd really see out of the generation that I'm a part of.
Well, for two people who have been just dying to do a really good basketball game this year, this might be what we've been waiting for.
Thank you, Josh Host. Thank you, Sean Weatherspoon.
Thank you, Reed Sims. Thank you,
Reed
Chris
Sims Jr.
Knight.
Thank you, Chris Knight. Thank you, Geo Jackson Jr. Thank you, high school basketball.
It's really fun when you don't have a dog in the fight. We're probably one of the handful of people here who don't, but we can really sit back and really enjoy this.
Massillon going to have possession going into the second quarter, and they're telling him to stop. Not sure what we're stopping for. Now we're going. Isaiah Lamp has it for the Tigers. He'll kick it to the corner to Terrell Keys. Now ball slung over. Outside is Chris Knight. Can't find the 3-point. And Massillon going to maintain possession. Or excuse me, McKinley going to get possession after the ball is deflected off of a Massillon man.
Yeah, really good first quarter played by both teams. Nobody in real foul trouble right now.
Ball flips off of Darius Hill's hands and into the corner for the Tigers. Loses it in his dribbling pattern, and that's going to go right back to the Bulldogs as it's scooped up by Terrell Keys, and that's going to be finished by Xavier Williams. McKinley 20, Massillon 18 after 45 seconds of play here in the second. Darius Hill has it over on the right perimeter. Ball's turned over. Geo Jackson Jr. in stride to Terrell Keys. Ball's turned over again. Jalen Jeter dribbling it down the court. Goes to Webster. He goes off. Can't find the and one, but he'll head to the stripe now after a quick turn of events for the Bulldogs.
Well, just when I say, it's been a well-played game between both teams, we have about 4 turnovers, but I think that has to do a lot with the intense defense both teams are playing.
Webster going to be at the line now. I believe they have assessed him 2, and he'll make his first. McKinley 21, Massillon 18. And to show you how petty it is in the field house tonight, I was talking to Joe Bogdan before the game, and I commented on the fact that on their new, wonderful 4-panel scoreboard, they don't have Massillon's name plastered once. They're just gray, and they're called visitors.
Wow. I just noticed that.
Yeah. Isaiah Lamp kicks it outside. He's got Knight. He'll click floater it up. And if that was a move that existed, I'd be thrilled. Darius Hill goes inside for a quick layup. That's going to roll off the rim. Going to go jump ball called, going McKinley's way with 6 minutes, 35 seconds to go. Bulldogs 22, Tigers 18.
Yeah, you need to put the team name up on that scoreboard. It's not like the scoreboards that I saw when I was growing up. Home visitor.
Davey Thompson has the inbound. He's going to kick it over to Hill after a subsequent series of events. Ball ends up in Sims hands. Davey Thompson regains it at the logo. Passes it off to Jalen Jeter, who gives it off to Webster. Gives it off to Sims. Sims drives in. He's guarded. Mid-range jumper. Give it to him.
Boy, nice mid-range jumper by Sims there to give his team a 6-point lead.
And in transition, it looked like Massillon's Braylon Gamble. First personal foul on Keith Quincy into the game for McKinley. And a timeout called by the Bulldogs. Well, we've seen for the past few minutes, McKinley's been able to get that lead up to around 6, but Massillon's not letting them expand on it. Yeah, Mike, and if McKinley's able to get on a scoring run now, I don't know if Massillon's ever going to be able to catch up. Not with that buzzer in their ear.
Boy, if we had a camera to show people how you're broadcasting the game here, that would be really, really cool. Because you're adjusting, my man. You know, we're at the quarter here on the field house. Oh, well, we're going to see how he's doing it here.
I'm stood up on a chair, Mike. They can't see the chair, but I'm stood up on a chair. We've been put in the corner. Thanks to Joe Bogdan. Got us out of the crowded press box, because there's a press box in this arena.
It's really not a bad position. It's just sometimes, you know, people are coming in and out, and you got people standing here right now. So, hey, you have to do what you got to do, bro.
Absolutely. Braylon Gamble, a sophomore, goes for another foul shot. He'll not grab it. Instead, it goes into Reed Sims' hands. He'll push off. They're double-teaming Sims. That's going to leave a man unmarked as Darius Hill's in the corner. They won't kick it out to him. Instead, Davey Thompson going to cross over, try to make a move himself. Guarded by 2 men. Can't roll it in. Hill gets the board. Ball's blocked by Gio Jackson Jr. Looks like he got a hand on it. Still going McKinley's way. And Anthony Chavers is coming back in for Darius Hill.
Well, that's at least the second block tonight from Gio Jackson Jr. from Massillon. Gives them a real good presence there in the post. Reed Sims goes in for a layup and the rebound to Massillon.
And as I'm now finished drinking my water, that's going to be taken in by Xavier Williams. It looks like Reed Sims was going to go up for a quick block. He had his hands up, ready to go and ready to pounce. But still going Massillon's way.
Yeah, no foul on McKinley. Just block out of bounds, and that gives the ball back to...
Ball's lobbed up to Xavier Williams. He's double-teamed. He's got to hand it off. He'll kick it over. Now, Jadis Thigpen. He'll get a quick one. And it is now McKinley 24. Massillon 22. Jeter on the right side. Call is on Jeter. Or excuse me, that call is on Chris Knight. My apologies. I'm so sorry.
First foul on Knight. Has 8 points in the game for the Tigers. Jadis Thigpen giving Massillon really good minutes off the bench. He has 5.
Reed Sims hands it off to Webster on the perimeter. Gives it to Davey Thompson. He's hinging over to his right on the perimeter. Dribbles it through his legs. Looks to get past. Looks to screen past. Ball's plucked out by Xavier Williams on a pass that was intended for Jalen Jeter. Javion Carter coming on for Jeter as Jeter gets his second trip to the bench tonight. On the inbound, it's Chavers. Davey Thompson has it at the logo. Offset a little bit to his right. In the corner now is Javion Carter. He's got an open lane, and he'll take it. Javion Carter gets another 2 for the Bulldogs. It's McKinley 26, Massillon 22. Over in the corner, it's going to Jadis Thigpen as that's stolen, and it's going to Webster. He'll dunk! Electric!
Wow, that started with the block by Reed Sims at the other end of the court. Webster with the dunk to give McKinley a 28-22 lead. We've seen electric dunks from Anthony Chavers. We've seen electric dunks from Ed Webster right now this season.
I mean, just wow. Just wow, Mike. Xavier Williams at the foul stripe. He'll notch his first. He still has one more.
Aren't you glad you've come to see games at the Fieldhouse this season? You've finally been introduced to this place.
Fist pump. His next foul shot is good, and Massillon only 4 points behind as it's McKinley 28, Massillon 24. Reed Sims Jr. taking it down the court for the Bulldogs. He'll hand it off to Carter, who hands it off to Thompson. Lunged out is Jadis Thigpen, and he tries to reach in. He won't grab it.
Jadis Thigpen will get the foul from Massillon, his second. Third on the Tigers. 4:06 to go here in the second quarter. McKinley up 28-24.
And it has just been back and forth for both of these teams. Massillon not been able to get over that 4-point hump as Davey Thompson loses it through his legs. He's guarded closely by Isaiah Lamp. He loses it again. Ball goes out, going McKinley's way. Josh Hose would disagree with that call.
Jalen Jeter coming back to the game for McKinley for Davey Thompson.
On the inbound, it's Reed Sims Jr. He'll bounce it over to Jalen Jeter, who goes through his legs. He slips. Ball's recovered. Xavier Williams has it now. He'll drive to the rim. Reverse layup. Can't find its way in. Put back by Isaiah Lamp. And in transition, like Josh Hose was talking about. McKinley 28, Massillon 26. 3 minutes, 36 to go. Reached in by Gio Jackson. He got a little bit handsy there.
Yeah, foul on Jackson will be his second. And that's the fourth on the Tigers in here in the second quarter. So one more foul will put McKinley in the bonus.
Yeah, and normally, Mike, in these games, you'd see McKinley take the lead on the fouls, on the foul count here. But Massillon able to notch it more. Maybe it's just more noticeable. Javion Carter going through. He'll get the finish and put McKinley onto that 30-point mark. It's McKinley 30, Massillon 26. 3 minutes, 22 seconds to go. Knight hands it off to Braylon Gamble, who loses it. And it's going to Jeter. He'll will and finish. Reed Sims Jr. wanted the lob. Instead, falls into the hands of Xavier Williams. Dribbling it down the court for the Tigers. He's got 3 minutes left. McKinley, 30. Massillon, 26. Three taken by Chris Knight, and he'll grab it. Massillon finally breaks the 4-point threshold with the three. McKinley, 30. Massillon, 29. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go. Jeter loses his footing, and it goes in for McKinley. That's Isaiah Lamp with the layup, and McKinley takes their first timeout of the game as McKinley goes back looking to regroup their thoughts.
Well, we've seen these mini runs by the Tigers here tonight, and now we're seeing one where it's put them in the lead. You know, they've been falling behind by 6, 7, got as close as 2. Now a mini run here gives them a 31-30 lead with 2:35 to go here in the second quarter.
Damn. I love basketball. I love basketball, man. This is awesome. 2 minutes, 35 seconds to go here in the second. This will be the first time in the entire season that I don't lead with the McKinley Bulldogs when I give the score. Let's listen to this. Massillon Tigers currently lead the McKinley Bulldogs 31-30 with 2 minutes, 35 seconds to go here in the first half. And McKinley finds themselves in unfamiliar territory as they trail for one of the first times this season.
Yeah, they've only had a few tough games. They had a tough game against Jackson a couple weeks ago. And then, of course, they played St. Ignatius in the shot clock shootout. And, bro, St. Ignatius really was great that day. They might be repeating as Division I state champs this year.
Reed Sims Jr. at the foul stripe, pushes off. Charge call! Reed Sims Jr. pushes off Xavier Williams. Xavier Williams able to drive to send it back the Tigers' way. McKinley still down 1. It's Massillon 31, McKinley 30. Wow.
Yeah, Ed Webster back in the game for McKinley.
He's taking it down the court for the Tigers. That's Isaiah Lamp. He's guarded closely by Davey Thompson. He'll hand that off to Braylon Gamble on the left side. Gamble dribbles through his left, tries to find the lane. 3 taken. Xavier Williams, bang! Give it to him! Massillon, 34. McKinley, 30. 1 minute, 58 seconds to go here in the second.
Yeah, I think it's a 10-0 run for Massillon right now.
And starting to a run, like you said, Xavier Williams gets the steal. He goes underneath. Ball taken up by Chris Knight. And Massillon making their own little scoring run. McKinley goes from one side to the other in a matter of seconds, and that's worst case scenario for Sean Weatherspoon.
Well, Sean Weatherspoon's going to let his team play through this. Minute 33 to go. I believe it's a 12-0 run for Massillon here to put them up by 6.
Javion Carter hands it off to Chavers, who gives it to Thompson. Slippery finisher inside. He'll get it. Massillon 36. McKinley 32. Now with the ball, it's Braylon Gamble. Josh Hose setting up a design play. Gamble looks to drive through, kicks it out. Xavier Williams drives through. He's called outside. Got his foot out of bounds. McKinley now going to be able to take the ball in with 1 minute to go, looking to put some points back up on the board before they go back into their locker rooms.
Yeah, they fell behind by 6, got a basket. Let's see if they decide to go for the final shot here. Probably, I don't think they will, though.
Reed Sims Jr. hands it off to Ed Webster. Webster hands it right back to Sims. Webster screens through as Davey Thompson has it on the outside. Webster hands it off to Carter. Carter dribbles with his right, goes back to the key. Shavers takes it himself. Floater taken, floater down. It's going McKinley's way after Isaiah Lamp wasn't able, that was Braylon Gamble with the attempted rebound. He tips it out. McKinley's got another chance there with 29 seconds left, looking for new life. Reed Sims Jr. on the outside, looking to take a deep 3, contested, way out, and misses the mark. And that might be the first time I've seen a heat check by Reed Sims Jr. not be successful.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really the shot McKinley wanted there. Now Massillon with the opportunity to close out the half with a basket to extend their lead.
Isaiah Lamp with the ball now for the Tigers. He's guarded by Thompson. Hands it off to Williams. Massillon, only 10 seconds left. Deep 3, taken by Chris Knight. Oh my goodness, Mike. With 3 seconds to go, Davey Thompson's gonna do it himself. He'll chuck one up. Ball arrived the shot clock. And with that being said, it's the Tigers leading McKinley 39-32. Massillon, Josh Hose, alumni with legacy on the line. Massillon leads 39 to McKinley's 32.
Well, a huge run to end the first half by Massillon to give them their biggest lead of the night, 7 points. And Chris Knight, absolutely fabulous in the first half. 14 first half points to lead the Tigers. He has his team in a great spot going into the second half. McKinley, like you said, in games we've seen this year, we haven't seen them trailing at all practically. And now they're going to have to deal with a rare bit of adversity and see if they can come back against one of their rivals.
One of their rivals. I think it's their.
The rival.
It is their rival.
Yes.
Singular.
Yes.
With that being said, Mike, we're going to kick it out to a little bit of a camera shot as Mike and I take a bit of a break here with 9 minutes, 23 seconds to go here in halftime. Mike will hit you with your scoring recap at the before the half is over. This has been The Letter Live signing off for the first half of action. Aiden Brueck, Mike Popovich, thank you for listening, and we'll see you in 8.
All right, Mike Popovich back here at the Canton Memorial Fieldhouse, where at halftime the Massillon Tigers have a 39-32 lead over the McKinley Bulldogs. Looking at scoring in the first half for Massillon, Gio Jackson Jr. has 2 points. Isaiah Lamp with 4 points. Chris Knight leading the Tigers with 14 points. Terrell Keys with 4 points. Braden Gamble with 1 point. Jadis Thigpen with 5 points. And Xavier Williams with 9 points. For McKinley, Javion Carter with 6 points. Anthony Chavers with 6 points. Ed Webster has 8 points. Davey Thompson with 6 points. And Reed Sims Jr. with 4 points. So at halftime, once again, it's Massillon 39, McKinley 32. Aiden Brueck and I will be back in a few minutes with second half action from the Fieldhouse. You're listening to The Letter Live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Letter Live here from the McKinley Memorial Fieldhouse. Right now, Mike, McKinley sees themselves in a bit of a pickle. It's Massillon 39, McKinley 32, and their storied rivals, looking for a legacy game, are taking a bit of a charge.
Well, great teams react to adverse moments like this. Let's see what McKinley can do to try to get back into this game.
And as the second half of action starts, it's Chris Knight with the ball for the Tigers. He's got to get it off to somebody, dishes it inside to Isaiah Lamp, goes to the corner, no three taken by Massillon, ball saved by Anthony Chavers right in front of me, and ball goes right back to the Tigers. Xavier Williams regains possession as another three is taken by the Tigers. Goes into Davey Thompson's hands as Reed Sims has it now. He'll look to go inside. Dunked by Anthony Chavers. Goes awry as the lob goes out of his hands. And a tough finish by Terrell Keys as the first scoring of the second half starts with Terrell Keys. Ed Webster on the other side can draw the and one, but he will draw a foul. And that's going to be Massillon 41, McKinley 32, as this is the largest, it's Nations. This is the largest deficit that McKinley's had to face in a game.
Yeah, I don't remember Jackson being up by this much against them when they faced each other a couple weeks ago. And not a great start for McKinley in the half. First missed junk I think we've ever seen from Anthony Chavers this season, even though it was on a lob. But Ed Webster to the free throw line for the Bulldogs, hits the first free throw, tries to get his team to within 7.
Webster's second free throw is no good, going Massillon's way after it falls off the rim. With the ball now for the Tigers, it's handed off to Braylon Gamble. Gamble hands it off to Chris Knight. Chris Knight's going to dribble it across the right as Anthony Chavers gets a hand on it. He'll regain possession. Going over to Terrell Keys, looking to cross up Reed Sims Jr. Misses with the handoff. Goes over. Deep three taken by Chris Knight. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Boy, I wish I'd seen Chris Knight play more this season, but he's really been great tonight for Massillon.
Davey Thompson guarded closely by Isaiah Lamp. Lamp says he doesn't have a hand on it, and it's still going Massillon's way. Reed Sims Jr. subs out. Sean Weatherspoon taking his star player out in the beginning of the third, possibly preparing him for a late game run where he won't see any bench time at all. Davey Thompson has the ball now for the Bulldogs. Taking it down the court, he's guarded by Lamp. Lamp still on him, touches the ground while he's at it. Stolen by Xavier Williams. He'll go up, and the layup is missed. He missed the open layup, and Webster gets it right back. Chavers from mid-range. He'll look to go inside. Tough layup, no go. Rebounded by Terrell Keys, and that's handed over to Braylon Gamble on the left perimeter. At the logo now, he'll cross over. He's got a lane, looks for a contested layup. Foul called, and Chavers is not happy.
Yeah, I don't know if Xavier Williams on that trip down court before, I don't know if he either wanted to go for the dunk or just go for the layup, and that might have just thrown him off a little bit. But Massillon still able to get the ball back, and another chance to extend their lead with Braylon Gamble at the free throw line. His first shot is good.
Yeah, Mike, and as we were talking earlier, we want a close game. It was a close game until Massillon made that run at the end of the second quarter, excuse me.
Yeah, it's a 12-point lead for Massillon right now as Gamble misses the second free throw.
Jalen Jeter on the perimeter goes to Chavers, looking for a heat check, doesn't take it. He'll head over to his right, dribbling through the paint. He'll go up and in. Chavers gets the layup to cut the lead down to 10 for Massillon. Massillon 45, McKinley 35. 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go.
The one thing McKinley's got to know is you got plenty of time. You don't have to get all of this back at the same time. 10-point game, 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Still plenty of time. No need to panic right now.
And as you say that, Mike, Chavers going to be on the inbound. Gives it to Davey Thompson behind the timeline. Thompson goes through his legs, tells a man to cut through. Jeter's got it on the right. He's guarded closely by Isaiah Lamp. Davey Thompson now has it right back on the left perimeter. Carter goes inside for a layup, and he'll find it. No foul called on Chris Knight for the and one. Instead, Braylon Gamble dribbles it down the court. He's got a man in the corner in Terrell Keys. Keys got a lane inside. Tough layup taken. Goes off. Carter goes down to Chavers. Chavers! Redemption for the kid! He gets a dunk after the failure to complete the alley-oop earlier. But Chavers puts one on the hands of Massillon. And it's now a 6-point game in the blink of an eye. Charge called, and the tide is turning. Davey Thompson takes the charge off of Massillon, and Josh Hose is not happy.
Well, let's see what that dunk does to McKinley. How much of a fire it lights under them. 4-0 run right now after they fall behind by 10 points. Actually, a 6-1 run because they were down 44-33. Now they're down 45-39.
And just like that, Close game watch. Jalen Jeter, tough layup inside, rebounded by Webster. His layup goes off. Rebounded by Jadis Thigpen as the push-off, and another call goes McKinley's way.
Yeah, that foul's going to be on number 3, Jalen Jeter, his second. Only the second team foul for McKinley in this quarter. Massillon has 14 fouls, so McKinley will be shooting free throws at the next foul.
The inbound from Braylon Gamble goes to Isaiah Lamp. Lamp at the key. Looks to screen past. Davey Thompson's got a man in his face. Now, ball's handed over to Braylon Gamble. He'll look for one inside. Ball's blocked by Jalen Jeter. Jeter dribbling down the court. Looks to take it himself. Goes outside to Davey Thompson, and Davey Thompson still has it inside. Excuse me. Davey Thompson, deep three from the corner, and I say deep because he was about a step out of bounds from there. Three taken by Braylon Gamble. He'll notch it. And Massillon gets the momentum right back as timeout is called.
Yeah, timeout by Massillon. Boy, what a shot by Braylon Gamble to kind of restore order for the Tigers a little bit here, as they saw their once 11-point lead get cut to 6. Now it's McKinley trailing Massillon 48-39.
Huh? What'd you say? What'd you say? Put your headset back on, Mike. We're not taking breaks. Massillon Tiger cheerleaders doing some flips on the field as Josh Hose rallies with his team inside the huddle. On the bench, Sean Weatherspoon behind his guys. Looks like same lineup that we saw to start the game is going to come back in with 3 minutes 43 seconds to go in the third. Massillon 48, McKinley 39, and a 9-point lead now taken by the Tigers as the Bulldogs trail once more.
Well, when the boss says, huh, I wanted to make sure he was hearing me. That's why I took my headset off. We're really having fun at this game.
Oh, my goodness, Mike, I'm having
really
a blast.
Having fun at this game.
It's like a jubilee. Shavers inbounds it to Davey Thompson. He's going to fire a stripe down to Webster. Webster loses the ball, and another turnover by the Bulldogs as that goes into the hands of Isaiah Lamp. Lamp carries it down the court, goes over, spot up three, taken by Chris Knight, notches off the backboard. Reed Sims in stride over to Chavers. Tough layup goes in, and Chavers reverse layup finds its way in. 7-point lead now for Massillon.
Yeah, Chavers keeping the Bulldogs in this one. He has 12 points, and Massillon loses the ball out of bounds, so McKinley will regain possession.
With the ball now, it's going to be Reed Sims Jr. on the inbound. Hose sporting a bit of water in his left hand. Sims on the right side, fires it over to Thompson. Thompson goes to the corner. Javion Carter, bang! Bang! Gets it!
Boy, just like that, Javion Carter with 11 points. New role that we're seeing him coming off the bench tonight, and he's produced big minutes for McKinley. He has him within 4.
Ball's blocked out of the hands of Terrell Keys, and it looks like it's going to go Massillon's way.
Yeah, Reed Sims with the block for McKinley there. Ball off his hands. Massillon gains possession. Great job by McKinley to work their way back into this. I mean, they were on the brink of possibly getting blown out in their own building. Now they have the deficit back down to 4.
Ball's lobbed on the inbound by Braylon Gamble over to Terrell Keys. And as he's guarded by Reed Sims, he'll take a mid-range jumper. It can't find its way in. Shavers with the board. Going down. He's left unattended. Inside, it's Ed Webster. Layup in. It's a 2-point game. Massillon 48, McKinley 46. Terrell Keys has it at the perimeter. He's guarded by Sims on the right. Keys from the key, guarded by Sims. Sending his man in. Sims preparing for the worst. Stutter steps with his right. Goes over to Gamble. Tells his men to go in underneath. He's guarded closely by Webster. Handed off to Chris Knight on the right as Xavier Williams has an open lane inside, and Williams is injured. He's down, and he's right in front of us.
Yeah, holding his left leg as he came down after scoring that basket.
And it looks like he's just got a cramp, Mike.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me, too.
So I guess we got moved to front row seats to the injury.
Yeah, Williams still down here on the baseline, just trying to get him sorted. But I think that's the way it's going to be. You can give some fluids into him. Having a great night for the Tigers with 11 points, and now he's up.
And if Xavier Williams stays out, that's a big blow for the Tigers. I just noticed this, Mike, and this is random, but there's not a single double-digit numbered player on the Tigers court right now.
No, they don't have that. They have 4 starters who wear single-digit numbers. I think Williams is the only one who wears a double-digit number for them.
Davey Thompson's way downtown on his right, guarded closely. Reed Sims Jr. gets it in the corner, pumps steps, goes to Chavers, goes out. Thompson inside, looks for a look. Has Javion Carter, he'll dribble it inside. Undercut to Webster. And foul called. He'll get a couple of foul shots, and he's got an opportunity to get McKinley back in the fold as they're down 4. It's Massillon 50, McKinley 46. 1 minute, 21 seconds left to go here in the third.
Yeah, the foul was on Braylon Gamble, his first. Ed Webster going to the free throw line. 12 points so far for the Bulldogs. His first free throw rattles the rim and falls in. Webster with 13 points tonight. Second free throw is up as well.
Now Massillon has it on the side. They're guarded closely. It's Webster and Carter. No travel called. Goes out, and Reed Sims Jr. able to get it to Webster. Taken over. Javion Carter goes inside. Reverse layup. Almost tipped in by Chavers, and Chavers goes back up over the man. Calls Jalen Slaughter too small on his way down, and it's headed to the corner. Jalen Slaughter can't find the 3, and instead it's rebounded by Isaiah Lamp, who gets it outside to Chris Knight. Knight looking to hand it off. Ball's tipped. Chavers almost gets a hand on it, and looking inside, it's a drive. Kickball called. Physical here from both teams as it's going to go in the favor of the Tigers.
Javion Carter got the foul for McKinley, his second. But credit McKinley getting back into this game. It's tied.
Yeah, McKinley, Massillon, both tied. McKinley 50, Massillon 50. 30 seconds to go. Spot up taken by Terrell Keys, and he drains it. 25 seconds to go here in the third. Massillon 53, McKinley 50, and Davey Thompson has the ball for the Bulldogs on the left perimeter. He'll dribble it closer to the logo as he motions in for Javion Carter to set him a screen. Javion Carter has the screen. Davey Thompson wants to do this himself with 5 seconds left. Javion Carter from 3 puts up a Hail Mary, can't find it, and no fouls called. And that is the end of the third quarter. Massillon leading the Bulldogs 53-50. And it doesn't get much more rivaled than this, Mike. And I'm using rivaled as a verb.
Well, it doesn't get better for you and I. We have no dog in this fight, obviously. We just wanted to see a great game, and we're seeing a great game right now. A great run by McKinley to get back to the game. One thing that was a factor, they're able to hold Chris Knight to just 3 points in that quarter. He had 14 at halftime. He has 17 right now. And McKinley, you've got great balanced scoring. Anthony Chambers, 14 points. Ed Webster, 14 points. Javion Carter, 11 points off the bench. A great run by them to get back in this game, and hopefully we have a great finish to this game.
And I hope that we have a great finish as well, Mike. This has been the first game this season that I am starting to lose my voice. You know, people, teaching me how to do sports broadcasting always told me that my energy has to match the flow of the game. And this energy has been nonstop.
Well, yeah, and that's great advice, they've given you, that your energy has to match the flow of the game. And a game like this is a great test for someone like you, and you've done a great job tonight doing what you do best.
Reed Sims Jr. on the inbound to start the fourth quarter. McKinley going to get possession of the ball as Reed Sims Jr. hands it off to Davey Thompson. Isaiah Lamb challenging Thompson. Thompson goes through to his right. He's got Carter in the corner. Reed Sims Jr. takes it instead. Thompson looking for a screen to be set. Intercepted by Braylon Campbell. Gio Jackson off the backboard. He's got another layup. 5-point deficit for the Bulldogs. Massillon 55, McKinley 50. 7 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in the game. Thompson leading things off for the Bulldogs. Hands it off to Reed Sims Jr. Sims Jr. goes back to his left as he regains possession. Handed off to Davey Thompson. They've got to make something happen. Sims Jr. has not moved. Davey Thompson looks for a lane. He'll try to drive inside, steps in, goes up, and it ricochets out. Shavers almost with the board. He'll grab it, heavily contested. He'll go up and won't go in as Ed Webster looks to get the board. No foul is called as Massillon gets possession. Massillon 55, McKinley 50. 6 minutes, 48 seconds to go here left in the fourth. Isaiah Lamb has the ball, hands it off to Terrell Keys. Deep three taken by Keys. Not good. Gio Jackson finds Keys inside. Foul called on Chavers. Chavers says it was clean.
Well, and Chavers, my goodness, what great fight by him at the other end of the court. Getting a couple of offensive rebounds, just couldn't get a shot to foul. And now the foul actually goes against Reed Sims for McKinley, and that'll send Massillon to the free throw line. Terrell Keys makes his first free throw. That gives him 10 points on the night.
Mike, I think this is going to be the final lineup change for the Bulldogs tonight. They have everybody they need on the court.
Keys makes his second. Massillon now restores a 7-point lead, 57-50.
Chavers, unselfish basketball being played here by the junior. He's still got another year left. Javion Carter, another junior, hands it off to Sims, who goes inside to Webster. He'll put up a mid-range jumper, and that's huge.
Yeah, that's a basket McKinley really needed, because Massillon was on another run after McKinley was able to tie the game in 50. Now Massillon's lead 57-52.
Isaiah Lamb with the ball. No travel called as it goes to Terrell Keys. He'll drive inside over a couple of men. Can't notch it. Reed Sims Jr. saves it in the corner. He's guarded closely by Chris Knight. Hands it over to Javion Carter. Javion Carter on the right side. Looks to go to Reed Sims inside, but no good. It's stolen. Braylon Campbell to Gio Jackson. And it looks like Anthony Chavers got his hand up. Foul is called. But what an effort from Chavers.
Yeah, great effort by him to get there to try to get the block. Gets the foul instead. Sean Weatherspoon is going to take a timeout right now. Massillon 57, McKinley 52. 5:40 to go in the game. Massillon with an opportunity to extend the lead at the free throw line.
And if I'm not mistaken, PA announcer here at the McKinley Fieldhouse has said there's a set of keys for a Cadillac that they've got at the scorer's table. Now, Mike, if McKinley wins this game, I'll make a bet with you. That's my Cadillac.
Well, I was going to say, it wasn't my missing keys, because obviously I don't drive a Cadillac. But you're going to lay claim to it.
I'll lay claim to the Cadillac, Mike. McKinley gets this off. You can have a free ride in the Cadillac.
I'm just getting a phone call during the middle of this game from a
From
number
New Jersey.
I don't know. So we're gonna just set that aside.
And remember, guys, stay tuned after the game. We are going to have post-game interviews with the winning sides, most valuable players, and their head coach. So whoever comes out of this alive, which I say that as if nothing's going on after the game.
Well, sometimes in McKinley Massillon games, whatever the sport, you know, sometimes you refer to that. It's a war between the two sides.
Absolutely, Mike.
And we say the word war, not like a war is in a battle on the battlefield. It's just on the court here.
It's just basketball.
So when we come out of this timeout, Gio Jackson will be going to the free throw line for Massillon, shoot 2 free throws, try to give his team a 7-point lead again. Massillon is led by as many as 11 in this game.
Number 1, Gio Jackson.
Gio Jackson Jr. coming back in for, or excuse me, I'm so sorry. That is actually Braylon Gamble coming back in for the Tigers. This Gio Jackson Jr. is going to take a couple of foul shots. Jackson Jr. only has 4 points tonight. Really, who's been leading the charge for the Tigers tonight has been Chris Knight. Gio Jackson Jr. has missed his first as Braylon Gamble goes out for Jadis Thigpen.
Now, one thing, I don't believe we've seen Xavier Williams back in the game for Massillon.
Xavier Williams is back into the game. That's a great observation. Gio Jackson Jr. with his second foul shot of the set. Let's see if he can split the pair. And he can't. It ricochets out. Now in the game for the Bulldogs, it's Darius Hill. Javion Carter with the ball now for the Bulldogs. He carries it at the logo. Guarded closely. Looking to go inside is Jalen Jeter with a tough finish. Goes over, swoops it up with his left. Looking poetic in motion. Massillon 57.
Sorry, Aiden.
Excuse me, sorry. Massillon 57, McKinley 54. And a shot put up. Timeouts taken by Hosey. And there's a lot of things going on right now, Mike.
Yes, stay off the floor after the game tonight.
Stay off the floor. I got a pass, Mike.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we mentioned this earlier. We gotta thank Joe Bogdan for setting up the spot for us on the corner here. Usually we do games from the press box here at the field house, but it's a crowded press box tonight, so we're here on the floor. We also have Rock Entertainment Sports is here tonight.
Rock Entertainment Sports is here.
You got to meet Jeff Phelps, guy I've known for a long time, back in my day covering the Cavs. He's a really great guy to me. Works at 92.3 The Fan, middays with Andy Baskin, and you had a nice conversation with him earlier tonight.
Gio Jackson Jr. gets it to Jadis Thigpen on the inbound, who goes to the key with Isaiah Lamb. Deep three taken by Chris Knight. No go for the heat check. Rebounded by Javion Carter. He'll dribble it down the court. Looking for a fast break. Goes to Darius Hill from the three-point stripe. Hands it back to Carter as that ball's intercepted and goes in for Jadis Thigpen. Oh my goodness! And Javion Carter loses it again as it's another turnover for the Bulldogs. Braylon Gamble has it now for the Bulldogs. A 5-point lead now quickly is taken by the Tigers as Gamble looks for a crossover. Turned over to Jadis Thigpen as Xavier Williams gets the rebound. Oh my goodness, Mike. A lot of names.
Xavier Williams back into the game for the Tigers, and he restores a 7-point lead for Massillon.
And Shavers notches a layup after it swishes in and swishes out. Massillon 61, McKinley 56. McKinley's got 4 minutes to make up 5 points and keep Massillon to none.
Plenty of time for the Bulldogs.
Jadis Thigpen driving in for the Tigers. He's guarded closely by Hill. His ball goes out, and on the way down, Hill rebounds it over him. Chambers has it at the three-point stripe. Goes behind his back on the right. Looks to go to the corner, and Jalen Jeter. Tough layup goes in, and it's a three-point contest. Massillon leads the Bulldogs 61-58. And in this rivalry game, things could not get more close. Massillon 61, McKinley 58. 3 minutes, 17 seconds to go. Thigpen goes inside, and one for Thigpen. He'll head to the stripe.
Wow. Jadis Thigpen, big basket there for Massillon. McKinley was making another mini run at Massillon. And Thigpen trying to complete a 4-point play. Massillon has 3 double-figure scores tonight. Chris Knight, Terrell Keys, Xavier Williams, and now Thigpen trying to hit a free throw to give him his 10th point of the night, but he doesn't.
Thigpen misses his second free throw, or his and one attempt, and that's rebounded by Chavers. Chavers looking deflated as he crosses the logo, and with 3 minutes left, Chavers looks to go inside. Webster has it at the three-point stripe. He'll drive inside, over and under. No foul is called, but Sims Jr. almost able to get a hand on it. It's a chase down now as Xavier Williams goes up, blocked by Chambers. He stares him down on the way back, and the ball ends up in Jalen Jeter's hands. Ball's up, foul called. He'll head to the stripe, and to wrap things up on such an elite play from Chambers, he'll get a couple of shots at the stripe.
Anthony Chavers, the high jumper during track season, saves the possession there for McKinley. Actually gives McKinley the possession by blocking the shot. Now Jalen Jeter going to the free throw line for the Bulldogs, trying to get them to within 3. First shot is up and in. Jeter with 5 points. Been a big factor in this quarter. All 5 of his points have come in the 4th quarter. Jeter again. Swishes it. So Jeter with 6. And he gets the Bulldogs to within 3, 63-60.
Taken now at the key. It's given to Jadis Thigpen. He'll look to dribble with his right. Ball stolen by Jeter. He saves it before it goes out. Lobbed up. He's got Javion Carter. Stomps through and stomps in. It's a 1-point game. But Reed Sims Jr. has to get to the other side of the court. He'll get his hand on it. Ball ends up back in Carter's hands. He's down the court. Another turnover. This place is going insane. And a foul called on the Tigers as Chambers actually with the foul rather. Jeter just happened to take a small fall. It's Massillon, 63, McKinley, 62. 2 minutes, 7 seconds to go here in the 4th. Mike, you've just got to be here.
Well, the McKinley-Massillon football games over the past decade have been one-sided in favor of Massillon. But tonight, this basketball game, really close. Anybody's game with 2 minutes to go.
Looking to go inside. They've got an open lane in Chris Knight, and he'll finish at the rim after Jalen Jeter drops coverage. Ball sent out of bounds. It's going the Tigers' way. And Jalen Jeter, costly turnover with 1 minute and 46 seconds to go. Gio Jackson Jr. coming back in for the Tigers. There's 1 minute and 46 seconds left here in the game. Massillon 65, McKinley 62. Ball's almost lost by Massillon. And Reed Sims Jr. goes on Braylon Gamble. He's able to finish. 5-point game. Chambers on the other side has Davey Thompson who's driving in. He wants to do it himself. Ball goes in, tough layup, and in, and one for Thompson. He finally gets his moment.
Wow. I didn't know if that was going to fall for Thompson. Great move inside against traffic. Draws the foul on Xavier Williams.
And Reed Sims Jr. is going out. Reed Sims Jr. is coming out of the game. with a minute and 23 to go.
This might be an offense-defensive move by Sean Witherspoon here. I don't know. We'll see here.
And now it's a 2-point game. Looking on defense, Davey Thompson drops back, almost steals it from Isaiah Lamp, and a foul is called on the reach-in. And McKinley hasn't reached their bonus yet. They haven't topped off, so this will be inbounded. And that is actually the limit. They literally just reached the limit. That was horrible timing on McKinley's part. Minute 18 seconds to go here in the fourth. Massillon 67, McKinley 56. Huge free throw. Finds its way in. That's Isaiah Lamp on the free throw.
Now Reed Sims Jr. coming back into the game for McKinley. So that might have been an offensive-defensive move by Sean Witherspoon.
Jalen Jeter comes out for the Bulldogs. This place is electric. If he misses this, it's a 4-point game, and that is huge. Massillon 69, McKinley 65. Davey Thompson has it on the right side. He's telling Carter, go inside. Tough board. Reed Sims Jr. gets the putback. It's a 2-point game once again with a minute to go. Massillon 69, McKinley 67, and Witherspoon looking to let it play out, but Massillon takes the timeout.
When Massillon takes the timeout, too early to really foul if you're McKinley. 58.6 seconds to go, being down by 2. All Sean Witherspoon is going to tell his team to play great defense, try to force a turnover, try to come up with a steal. Massillon just has to take care of the basketball right here. But what a great game this has been. I am so happy we have seen this.
Yes. And the Letter Live will be taking an absence off this Friday as I am taking a visit to my future college, Bowling Green State University. And Michael just had the rights that night.
Yeah, but it won't be the same without you, man.
Taking it now for the Tigers. Inbounded in the backcourt. 57 seconds to go here in the fourth. Massillon 69, McKinley 67. Lamp looks to cross over. Almost lost in translation. And Xavier Williams guarded. They've got to double him. 40 seconds to go. Ball's tipped out. Deep three. Chris Knight! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! And Chavers goes down. Chavers put his life on the line to block the three.
Oh my goodness. Best case scenario for Massillon. Able to take some time off the clock as McKinley tries to play great defense. But they find Chris Knight in the corner for the three. Makes it to put the Tigers up 72-67 with 33.5 seconds left. As you say, Chavers is down. I'm wondering if it's the same thing that Xavier Williams had to deal with when he went down in front of us here. Looks like maybe a cramp for Chavers. Boy, he's played a great game tonight.
And with 33.5 seconds to go here in the fourth, Chavers is back on his feet. Can't put pressure on his left leg. Horrible.
Yeah, it might be a little more than a cramp, but he's trying to walk that off. But
coming on for Chavers is going to be Jalen Jeter.
Sorry, Aiden. What a big shot from Chris Knight. He's had kind of a quiet second half, but he might have hit the biggest shot of the game for Massillon.
Carter on the inbound, gets it to Jeter. McKinley's got to make something happen with 30 seconds to go. Massillon 72, McKinley 67. Jeter almost loses it. Davey Thompson, deep three! No good! It's off the middle of the rim. Reed Sims Jr., it's washed away. And a foul now called on Braylon Gamble.
Yeah, huge offensive rebound there for Reed Sims Jr. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. He needs to get these free throws. And they're not giving him free throws. Wow.
Davey Thompson goes to Sims. Ball's blocked, but he's fouled. And he's going to have a couple of shots. With 19.3 seconds to go, Massillon leads the Bulldogs 72-67. And Reed Sims has the most important free throws of his high school career.
Well, yeah. Reed Sims Jr., you got to hit these here to give your team a great chance to make it a one-possession game. First free throw is off the back
and Reed
of the
Sims
rim. No
misses
good.
his first.
Wow. Sims will try to make it a 4-point game. And McKinley will have to try to extend the game as much as they can. And
he makes the second. Massillon with the ball now. McKinley's got a foul. Ball's given over. Turnover! It's going McKinley's way with 13.7 seconds to go. It's still alive for the Bulldogs. Massillon 72, McKinley 68.
Well, if you're McKinley, you need a basket as quick as you can, and then foul or a turnover on the inbound.
And Sims Jr. misses it. It goes, 5 seconds left. Sims Jr. has one. Timeout taken by McKinley. It's a 2-point game with 3 seconds left. Massillon 72, McKinley 70.
It's a 2-point game with 3 seconds left. The first time I've ever heard you use those words.
Oh my goodness.
What a game this has
been. Oh my goodness, the game's...
What a game this has been. You know, both teams have had sizable leads in each of the halves. McKinley in the first half, I believe, were up by as many as 8. Massillon was able to rally. And here in the second half, McKinley trailed by as many as 11, and they were able to rally. And I'm like you. I wish I didn't drink that Sprite as fast as I did, because I'm starting to lose my voice right now. What if overtime happens?
If overtime happens, I think I might have to take a restroom break.
We're going to have to embrace it, man.
I guess. Massillon with 3 seconds left. All they have to do is hold on to the ball. McKinley's still got a timeout left here.
Well, Reed Sims is going to pressure the inbounds pass here. Massillon's got to try to, McKinley's got to try to force a turnover. If they can't, foul as fast as you can.
Massillon on the inbound. It's fouled. Massillon's headed to the line over on the other side. 2.3 seconds to go here in the fourth. Burn off about 0.8 seconds.
Foul on Davey Thompson. His second. That's pretty academic right now. As Isaiah Lamp will go to the free throw line for Massillon. He can cinch this game for the Tigers if he hits both free throws. First one is up and good.
Isaiah Lamp makes his first. It's a 3-point game with 2.3 seconds to go. If Lamp makes this, the game is over.
McKinley with one timeout if they're able to get an offensive rebound if he misses.
Lamp makes it. With 2.3 seconds to go, Isaiah Lamp seals the deal for the Massillon Tigers. 74-70 with 2.3 seconds left.
Yeah, clutch free throws by Isaiah Lamp right there to put his team up by 4. And if you're Massillon, you just got to stay away from any shooters, because McKinley's going to launch a 3 at some point. Just stay away from any shooters, and the time will run out, and Massillon will leave the field house with a well-deserved win.
And with 2.3 seconds to go, the Bulldogs need a miracle. Massillon 74, McKinley 70. Shavers is back on the court. It's going to be a heave down. If McKinley can pull this off, and with a little bit of time left, Reed Sims Jr. goes on. He'll put up a three. He'll notch it, but that's going to do it. Massillon takes the upset. Massillon wins 74 to McKinley's 73. And at the end of the rivalry, Josh Hosey's Tigers go into the locker room victorious, and he goes back to Massillon, Washington High School. A victory, champion, something. I mean, he's got one of the titles.
Well, obviously, the best victory of the season to Massillon. Coming over here to the field house, beating your rival, who's also had a great season. And let's not forget, when you beat a very good Division I team in a few weeks, we're going to be talking about tournament seeding pretty much. Massillon in Division II, I believe, and with a victory against a really good Division I team, that's going to put him in a great position.
And like we said earlier in the broadcast, we are going to have post-game interviews from the Massillon Tigers coach, Josh Hosey, and hopefully the player. So we'll see if we can get that done. But for now, this has been Aiden Brueck and Mike Popovich from the repository signing out after this big rivalry game.
Hello? Hello? Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing.
All right, Mike Popovich back here at the Canton Memorial Fieldhouse, where tonight, in a great game, the Massillon Tigers defeat the McKinley Bulldogs by a score of 74-73. Looking at the scoring unofficially for the Tigers, Giorgio Jackson with 4 points, Isaiah Lamp with 8 points, Chris Knight with 22 points, hit a big 3 late in the game for the Tigers. Terrell Keys with 11 points. Braylon Gamble with 7 points. Jadis Thigpen with 9 points. And Xavier Williams with 16 points. For McKinley, Javion Carter with 13 points off the bench. Anthony Shavers with 6 points. Shavers with 16 points. Jalen Jeter with 6 points. Ed Webster with 16 points. Davey Thompson with 9 points. And Reed Sims Jr. with 12 points. So the final again, Massillon 74 and McKinley 73. Now, Aiden Brueck and I will be back in a few minutes with some post-game interviews with Massillon head coach Josh Hose and 1 or 2 of the Tigers players. So stay tuned. We'll be back with those shortly. It's Mike Popovich and Aiden Brueck back here at the Canton Memorial Fieldhouse, where tonight the Massillon Tigers defeated the McKinley Bulldogs by a score of 74-73. We're still waiting on Aiden to secure our post-game interviews with Massillon head coach Josh Hose and one or two of his players, and kind of a light action of high school basketball in the area tonight. With school canceled today because of the cold weather, there might have been some games that were also canceled tonight. The only other game we have a final score for is Minerva defeating Salem by a score of 73-37. So, and Aiden has secured some interviews with us, and we'll be back in just a few seconds.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Letter Live. We have members of the Massillon Tiger basketball team. You guys come out here, 1-point victory. Obviously, Reese Sims hit that big three at the end, but the game wasn't that close. You guys came into this matchup trying to, prove something, do something right. What does this mean to you, man?
It means a lot. Most of us here, I don't think we've ever beat McKinley on this high of a stage, and it just meant a lot to be with a group of guys like this and to win the game.
Yeah, absolutely. So you were able to hit that clutch three in the end of the fourth there, but you were contributing like everything earlier in the night. A little bit of a silent third quarter. You come back in the fourth quarter ready to make a statement. What's that like?
It's big that these guys trust me to make those clutch shots in those situations.
Yeah, 100%. So what does it mean to you to just beat a McKinley team like this, man? I mean, what does it mean to you?
It means a lot. I think it means a lot to each one and every one of these guys, and just to come out here and get the win in this type of environment.
100%. So, I mean, what's next for you guys, bro?
try to win the rest of the games this season.
100%. Congratulations.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Letter Live. After that spectacular interview where I think I just got bombarded by dog barks. Anyways, Mike, this has been such a pleasure to do this with you tonight. It's been such an honor to be able to come to the McKinley Fieldhouse, do what we do best. It's been a lot of fun, and with that being said, Mike, anything you want to say?
Well, let's just thank both Massillon and McKinley for giving us a great game to broadcast.
100%.
And it was just a great game from start to finish, and I had a feeling it was going to be. Yeah. And both teams laid it out on the line, and Massillon comes away with a deserved win.
Absolutely. Massillon deserved the win, of course. 74-73. Wow. It's probably the best game we've called all year.
I think it is the best game we've called all year.
But
and hopefully there are many
more games to come after
like
this that we love. Yes, absolutely, Mike. But with that being said, this has been the Letter Live signing out from McKinley Fieldhouse. Congratulations to the Massillon Tigers for winning the rivalry game. And everybody listening, have a great night. Oh, excuse me, I just burped. Have a great night. Stay warm. Everybody listening that is currently in any school that's in Summit or Stark County, enjoy your day off tomorrow. And this has been Aiden Brueck, Mike Popovich, signing out from the Letter Live. Have a nice night.